Today we're going to do a strawberry dump cake. Silly me, I only remembered that it took 1 can of pie filling. So remember this, when you do this recipe you need to do 2. But I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. It's just going to be a little bit more cake than fruit. And the next time I'll try to do it the right way. There's tons of different variations to this that you could do. But I just decided to go with strawberry. So I'm going to spread it out. You would need 2 21-ounce cans. Okay, so you need to set your fruit aside and mix up the next portion of your recipe. So you need 1 white cake mix and 1 stick of unsalted butter melted. Okay, and you need to stir this together, and it's going to be crumbly, so it's not going to be like a batter. Okay, and if you have any really big chunks or whatever, you need to kind of break those up. And I think it's going to be fine. And I just mixed it together with my just regular old spoon. Okay. Now, move this over. So we're going to put this back. And we're going to try our best to spread this out, not make it a mess. But I'm pretty certain I'm just going to have to drop it because of the way it is. It's very dry. I've never made one of these, so I'm not really sure what to expect. So I'm kind of just pinching it off, putting it in different places. So you can just break this up. It is called a dump cake, but it's more like a crumb cake, if anything. I would say it's probably going to be very similar to like a peach cobbler, a homemade peach cobbler, with the soft kind of topping. Now, put this off there. Bake it for 30 minutes or until the sides are hot and bubbly. And I will see you back here in 30 minutes. Okay, this cake did pretty good without the extra can of pie filling. I probably next time will definitely use the extra because it just made the cake thicker, I guess. But it still did fine, and 30 minutes and it was brown, ready to take out the oven. Okay, y'all, be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time. Hi, I'm bringing you a really simple dump cake recipe, but I want to be sure to get on here so you can make it for your family this summer. First thing you need to do for this 3-ingredient chocolate cherry dump cake is heat your oven to 350 degrees. And we also need to, because I forgot to do it, spray your baking dish. You need a 9x13, if I didn't say so. And you need to spray it with some spray. You're going to need 2 cans of cherry pie filling. And like I did in the last dump cake recipe, you could use 1 can if that's all you had, but it's probably best if you do 2. devil's food cake and sprinkle all over the top. And you are going to, and I kind of want to spread this out just a little bit. Cover the cherries. Really good. Not perfect, but just a little bit. And then take your butter and kind of sprinkle it all around. Make sure you can get all that butter out. Okay, so now all you have to do is put it in the oven, 350 degrees for 42 to 45 minutes, or until mostly dry on top and bubbly around the edges, and you will cool it 10 minutes before serving. Okay, I'll be back with you since it's done. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. Real simple and easy. I would suggest adding a little bit more butter to the top, considering all the cake mix wasn't wet like it should be, but it should still taste fine. It's real easy and simple. Good idea for potlucks. Alright, see y'all next time. Today I'm going to show you how to do an apple caramel dump cake with just 4 ingredients. So you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Get a 9x13 baking dish out. Go ahead and spray it with your non-stick cooking spray. You're going to need 2 apple pie filling, and I think they're 21 ounces each. So this is like the perfect fall dessert. Alright, spread that out on the bottom of the pan. Okay. Then I'm going to about 1/2 cup of caramel syrup is what you'll need for okay. So you take this and you'll drizzle over. Okay. Alright, got that. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this and set it aside for just a second so we can get the topping ready. It will be 1 box of yellow cake mix, 1 stick of butter, you just stir this up. Okay, so it's supposed to be crumbly, and then we're going to bring back our baking dish. Okay, and you're going to put the cake mix and the butter mixture over the top. You need to kind of break up the big pieces where you have enough to cover it. At this point it just feels kind of like biscuit dough in a way, and it's okay if it's crumbly. So the real big pieces I'm just going to break up, and then the rest of it I'm just going to pour on top. you will put this in a 350-degree oven for about a half hour, and it'll be all hot and bubbly. And I will show you the finished product in just a half hour. Okay, y'all, so this is out of the oven now. It has cooled, and I'm gonna go ahead and take some of the caramel syrup and just put it on the top, just for that extra little taste of flavor. And that's it. You can serve it with ice cream, Cool Whip, or just plain by itself. It's basically like a cobbler. Okay, that's it for today. See y'all next. Today we are going to make a cherry pineapple dump cake. So you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and get out your 9x13 pan, and let's get started. So you're going to take cherry pie filling, and you're going to put that in the bottom of your baking dish. That'll be your first layer. And then you're going to take a can of crushed pineapple. And you are going to stir these together. And what we're doing, and you need a white cake mix. You could probably get by with a yellow, but white would be better. And go ahead and sprinkle that on the top. Swish it around a little bit, kind of move it around, make sure everything's covered. And the next thing you'll do is slice up 1.5 sticks of butter. This is real butter that I'm using, and doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Go ahead and place this on your cake. You're going to bake this for about 45 minutes to an hour. And that oven temperature is supposed to be 350. All right, I'll see y'all back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. You need to make sure that you watch it and that it don't burn. It's just a basic cherry pineapple cobbler type dump cake, just like all the others that we make. This is just a different flavor combination. Going to make a peach dump cake. 3 ingredients, that's it, and it will be done. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to want to get a 9x13 pan out. Can be glass or metal, doesn't matter. I prefer glass. And you're going to need a 20-ounce can of peaches in syrup, and I got the sliced ones. Then you're going to need a white cake mix, and you're just going to dump this on top. Easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. You don't have to get a name brand. This one is a name brand, but you don't have to. Just kind of make sure your fruit's covered best you can. Okay, and then you need 1.5 sticks of butter, and I use real butter. Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence so loud. Alright, that's it. Bake it uncovered. 350 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then it's done. I'll see you back here when it's done. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I let it rest a little bit before I served it, and you can put vanilla ice cream on top or some Cool Whip, but it's really cheap and quick and easy. And only 3 ingredients.